Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Matt here, and welcome to a PvP Devastation Evoker guide.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
For the War Within. This is going to be the only guide you need. It's going to be the fastest guide you need as well. I'm going to include a PvP rotation and a one-shot macro for you guys. I'm going to pretty much just show you how to do your damage because that's all you need to know to be able to dominate BGs, arenas, and raided battlegrounds too. I'm also so close to hitting 500 subs, so be sure to drop a little subscribe. For me and my cat Sandy, most of my content is very fast-paced. It's basically guides and PvP content. All right, so here we are at the PvP place. Now, like I said, this video is going to be straight to the point, so it's going to be very, very quick and fast-paced. First of all, what you need to know is the talents. So these are my PvP talents. This is everything on the screen right now. What I'm currently using is Scale Commander, which is amazing. It's amazing for sustain all arena. Flame Shaper, I've tried it out. There's something called Engulf, and if the amount of dots you have on someone, you can actually blow them up. I've done like a 2.3 million crit before. It doesn't seem that it is that viable in arenas because it takes a lot of setup, but it is very, very fun to blow people up with. What I'm going to do to make your life easier, guys, is I'm going to go over to share, copy, and I'm going to put this down in the description below. Be sure to subscribe while you're at it too. Now, before we get into showing you the entire PvP rotation, there is one macro that I do love, and I'm going to give it to you guys because, in my opinion, it's amazing just to have together. Now, if you go over to your macros, I'm going to be sending you this one, which is called Cast Dragonrage Red, as well as Tip the Scales Bronze. Now, what Dragonrage does, it's a big cooldown, which pretty much makes your Essence Burst chance occur to 100%, meaning you get instant procs of Disintegrate, as well as that you gain a massive amount of Mastery, which is your main stat on this class. Tip the Scales, on the other hand, is another button which basically gives you an instant cast of your Eternity Surge or Fire Breath, which are also your big buttons. Now let's take this as a way that I've just stepped into the arena for the first time. Instantly, I'm going to buff myself up with Blessing of the Bronze. What this does is it gives it to your party members as well, but it gives you like a movement speed ability, like to have a bit of a reduced cooldown. In our case, it's 15% reduction on hover. So hover is when you're flying around, you pretty much have the ability to cast and hit things. You can do anything you want. And yes, with this buff up, you have a 15% cooldown reduction on hover, meaning you can get it up a lot more quicker. Another button that you should always use at the beginning of arenas and obviously reproc during the middle of arenas is Nullifying Shroud. This basically means that 3 loss of control effects on your character are pretty much useless, meaning you can't get CC'd for 3 loss of control effect. The only downside to it though is that rogues pretty much sap all 3 off you, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. Ignore rogues. If there's no rogues, you're fine. Okay, so now that we're set up, we're going to buff ourselves up. We're going to put ourselves in a Nullifying Shroud. We're going to walk up to our target. We're going to instantly root them with Landslide. We're now gonna Dragon Breath on top of the rooted character. You're gonna cancel it, and instantly off of that, you're gonna click your macro. You're gonna put your Fire Breath on your target. You're gonna Essence Burst. You're gonna Living Flame. You're gonna hover, and you're gonna Disintegrate, Disintegrate, Living Flame, Disintegrate, Disintegrate, Living Flame, Disintegrate, 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 Essence Burst, Eternity Surge, first proc, Disintegrate, Disintegrate, Disintegrate. Now you pretty much get the point. This is the guide on how to play this class, okay? Basically, what you want to do is you want to get your rotation first. When it comes down to your 2 buttons here, you want to always use the first one. So click Fire Breath on the first one, and the same with Eternity Surge. Personally, there's one more thing I want to show you guys, and it's about the empowered spell input. Now, a lot of people have the issue of that you have to hold it. So for example, with Eternity Surge, people hold the button down like this, and then they release to burst. But there's a way of doing it with 2 clicks, which is basically beneficial in every single way possible. If you head over to options and you type in empowered spell input, make sure you set it to press and tap, not hold and release. Hold and release means that you got to press the button down and you have to release on the section when you want to pretty much burst. But if you press it to press, you can press the button, let go of your keyboard, and then press the button again at whatever point you want. It's a lot easier. It gives you a lot more control over your character too. But then again, it is preference. Now, as for survivability in arenas as well, there is something called Obsidian Metal, which you want to pretty much have on your character all the times. You gain immunity to interrupt, silence, and pushback effects, as well as playing Unburdened Flight makes you immune to slows while you're hovering. So let's just say that we have just got into the arena, we're about to throw our entire burst rotation out. You don't want to get CC'd while doing it. So once you've thrown everything out, you've done your root, you've hit your amazing deep breath, and then you pop your buttons here. You want to apply your Obsidian Scales with your hover, and then you pretty much want to just do your entire damage rotation with this up, so you don't get CTs. As you can see, the bar is gray, meaning I can't get kicked on disintegrate, and you don't want to be kicked on your entire burst rotation. That's for sure. Like I did say, this guide was going to be very, very quick. Now, I have done a video on Evoker, so if you guys want to check it out, be sure to check it out. It's on the screen at the moment. I'll also put it in the description. I did an Evoker video of me just pretty much one-shotting people in arenas. If you want some gameplay, that might help you. Other than that, all the buttons are pretty self-explanatory. You know, you've got yourself Verdant Embrace, which you can fly to a character and heal them, as well as you can use it on yourself to heal yourself. You've got yourself one of these, which you put down on the floor, which heals anyone in the AoE area, as well as yourself. And you've also got Living Flame that you can self-cast, which also helps. There is a Living Flame macro that I use to self-cast on myself, so I do have one for the target, and I do have one for myself, but you can also make one for a teammate. But this is the one. I'm going to get this macro. I'm going to put it in the description. Change the name Drag on My Nuts, which is my name, by the way. I am sorry about that, as you can see. But change the name here before the @ to whatever name you want. So in this case, let's change it to sub to Vas, which you should do. And what you should do is grab that macro and pretty much just put it straight into your thing. Change the name to your own character's name and pretty much use it as a self-cast. So put it on another button. In my opinion, I've got it on Shift D at the moment. It's a button that I don't really use or care about too much, but I have it on Shift D, and that's my self-cast button. Also, if you ever run out of hovers, you've got something called Time Spiral. So let's say I use both my hovers at the moment. I've got 0 charges. I click Time Spiral here. It's going to give me another charge for free. There you go. So that pretty much covers everything when it comes down to the Devastation Evoker guide. There's not much else to talk about. You know, you do have rescue as well, which you can pick up a teammate and take them to another location if you are in trouble or if they're in trouble. Other than that, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so close to hitting 500 subscribers, so be sure to drop a subscribe on my channel. Leave a like and comment if you do enjoy this video, because I make content like this all the time, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much once again.